John Legend, as I said in some other videos I mentioned, I said he's a fool, he's a hypocrite, he's a handkerchief head. Some people have put up some images or an image of John Legend and his wife posing with Harvey Weinstein. And people are saying, you're a hypocrite. You criticize R. Kelly, but you haven't said anything about Harvey Weinstein. And John basically was saying, well, Harvey Weinstein's career is in free fall, he's lost everything. Harvey Weinstein is still walking around. And I had told y'all for like the last 2 months that the court has dismissed some of the charges or the allegations that Ashley Judd tried to put against him. Well, I had one of my sons, but I already knew about it, that they completely dismissed what Ashley Judd said, so she can't say anything more about Harvey Weinstein without being seen as liable. They basically dismissed her case. Now, I've been telling y'all it's been a slow burn. Harvey Weinstein ain't gonna go to jail. Bill Cosby's in jail, but Harvey Weinstein won't. People keep bitching at Harvey Weinstein, but they not criticizing Harvey Weinstein the way they criticize Bill Cosby and many other black men in the last year or so. But John Legend he went out there and like, R. Kelly this and yada, yada, yada. I'm not standing with him and blah, blah, blah. Nobody asked you to stand with him. But people are saying that you have select outrage. Even though we found out, or at least we think we know about everything about Harvey Weinstein, because some of these women cases are being dismissed. And that says a lot, considering that they got audio of him going after a female, but these other women cases are getting dismissed. And then Asia Argenta, that really should tell people right there that she may not been on the up and up, because she was one of the people that accused Harvey Weinstein of inappropriate sexual contact, but she got called out for messing with somebody underage. And everybody went silent. Even Rose McGowan had to bag away from this Me Too movement. But John, there are tons of imagery with you and your wife and Harvey, and even without your wife with Harvey. And yet, to this day, you have not blasted Harvey Weinstein in the way you decided you wanted to blast R. Kelly. And you threw black men under the bus in the community, period. And this is the thing that's bugging me, that you, Touré, and many other black men like Don Lemon have been doing for the last 20 years or so. Y'all feel that y'all white fan base is going to support you even more if you throw other brothers under the bus. Now, nobody's defending R. Kelly with him and Aaliyah, but that was 20-something years ago when people should have been outraged as a whole. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, should have been outraged then. Aaliyah's parents should have been outraged, but they wasn't. And before this new doc came out, I talked about R. Kelly, so I told y'all he would be the next one they go after. And yet again, I called it. You go on social media and call R. Kelly all kinds of dirty names based off allegations that yet to been proven. You brought about the videotape. Y'all are relitigating something. He went to court and was found not guilty. You may not like what they tell us. You may not like the outcome. But since that time, you ever heard no little girls being accosted by R. Kelly? No, they said that won't work anymore. So now they saying grown women who are 18 and older. And I told y'all for years, I said the parents got a lot of blame and adults around R. Kelly if these stories are all true. They embraced it. They nurtured it. They promoted it. I don't have any kids, but I do know I got nieces and nephews and cousins. And even if I did have kids, I would not take my son or daughter around somebody that had a reputation. I just want to take that risk. Now that person could be innocent, but I would say, you know what, to keep from being that parent that's going to jail for killing somebody, for laying hands on one of mine, or that person had to go sit in front of a police officer and give an account of what I do know, just avoid it altogether. It's like when you go out, you go past a house and it said beware a dog, and you still walking up to the gate. You can't open the gate, but you're climbing over the gate, and then you go back in the backyard and you see this big ass dog, and the dog comes running towards you and bite you or maul you, and then you want to complain. I want to sue. You was warned. Everybody using common sense can see beware of dog. Too many stories has spread about Robert Kelly. And like I said, whether they are true or not, you should say, you know what, I ain't gonna work with this guy. I'm not gonna let this guy be around my family. Instead of you saying to those adults, the ones who work for R. Kelly, the ones who use his services, whoever, they bear some responsibility. But you want to get on TV and you want to get brownie points. But to this date, you have not said anything derogatory in tone about Harvey Weinstein, about any of these other men that have been accused of misdeeds. R. Kelly is an easy target because of his past. And nobody, and myself included, we're not defending R. Kelly on there. We're talking about the hypocrisy, the media manipulation to make it seem like black women, like black men don't care about black females. These women and their families had to care about themselves more. You put yourself in a situation where maybe you can be harmed and manipulated. But the thing is, you ain't talking about across the board. When I call out bad behavior from guys and say, look, I don't speak in absolutes, but those men who engage in behaviors that go after women and children, and I say the same thing for women who go after children and men. We need to be called out. You don't wait till a documentary come out and y'all got a delayed reaction. You like an opportunity. You jumping on a bandwagon. But the thing what gets me is that this month, he's gonna perform in a tribute to Elvis Presley. Now Elvis Presley been dead, what, 41 years now? No, was it 77 or was it 78 he died? I think it was 77 me. So what, 40, it'd be what, 42 years this year that Elvis died? And everybody knows, even when I was a kid, it's kind of hard not to know when you had weekends dedicated to playing Elvis movies, when they told a story, when they talked about how him and Priscilla met. Elvis Presley was in the army. He was in his 20s when he was stationed in Germany when he met Priscilla. I forget her birth last name, but when he met Priscilla, his command, his chain of command was his daughter. That was his daughter. That was his chain of command. I forget, was it an officer? That was his daughter. And Elvis was known to have little girls come to his house, young girls. You had to be super naive to think that Elvis and Priscilla wasn't intimate while Priscilla and Elvis was in Germany. They used to hang out. And then as soon as Elvis went backstage after he completed his tour, he got out the army. That's when Priscilla moved stateside. Then all of a sudden they started hanging out again. What was it, the early '60s when they was together? Do the math, because Priscilla is in her '70s now. Think about it. Elvis would be in his '80s if he was still alive. See, a lot of y'all don't want y'all want to pick and choose outrage, but John, you're gonna perform Elvis tribute for Elvis, but Elvis was messing with an underage girl. Yeah, Elvis been dead some years now, but still, nonetheless, he was messing with an underage girl. So why don't you say, hey, I can't perform this because we can't be celebrating Elvis' life, even though he's not here. We can't be honoring Elvis and constantly turn a blind eye. But you're gonna go after R. Kelly. That's what, so you like a hypocrite. You stood next to Harvey Weinstein when there was rumors going around, and there have been rumors going around for years about Harvey Weinstein. So see, I'm not even in Hollywood circles, and I know that. Your wife, Christy Teigen, used to have something to say. I'm waiting for y'all to go in hard on Harvey Weinstein. Now, got people, white folks, gonna throw your face. Well, John and Christy, you guys befriended Harvey Weinstein. There's a lot of images of y'all together. But you want to go on R. Kelly. See, if you was consistent, see, I would have a problem if you consistent and say, you know what, I can't sit here and say that I'm going to give criticism of R. Kelly, then turn around and go perform for Elvis tribute. Elvis, a white man who copied black music, became rich after emulating black folks who really had nothing for black folks. But see, you that knew black, remember Pharrell and Common and him said they knew blacks. Yeah, y'all knew black, y'all knew group of coons. See, it's easy to dump on a black man in this country, right or wrong. It's easy to dump on us. But when you got a white man or a white woman that does the exact same thing or have done worse, and you don't say nothing, that means you're a coward. But you're the worst kind of hypocrite, John. All you Hollywood Negroes, I'm pretty sure in your home, y'all got a CD or on your smartphone or one of your devices some R. Kelly songs. Y'all talking about boycott his stuff. You don't tell you that's not fair to people that actually like his music. If you don't want to hear R. Kelly shit, turn the radio off. Don't buy his stuff. Don't download it. See, if you right now would sit there and have that same energy, that vote, that opinion about Harvey Weinstein, about Elvis Presley, then I said at least he's consistent. But you're not. We'll cut each other throat to think we get ahead. Well, if I say this about R. Kelly, maybe my fans. Remember, Jill Scott tried that same thing about Bill Cosby. Her record sales didn't go. When she realized it wasn't going to change, she ran back to defend Cosby again. R. Kelly been doing this for years. Where were you at years ago, John? You've been out in front of the public for years, and all of a sudden you vocal because your friend did a documentary, and the John Legend know the white man and the black woman that produced this documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. And then, did y'all ever think that John Legend might be saying this for selfish reasons? Remember, R. Kelly been doing his thing for 20-something years. R. Kelly got 12 years on John Legend. Can you see people still to another 10 or 20 years talking about John Legend? The way they talk about R. Kelly musical talent? See, a lot of artists wish they had this. I mean, how many artists from the 90s do we still talk about in the same way musically? Yeah, R. Kelly got his issues, but the brother could sing and write his ass off. Then all of a sudden, now everybody talking about his education. He can't. What's up with us shaming each other? Y'all think that the Floyd Mayweather? Ha ha ha! You can't read, you can't write. That's an indictment of the school system and his upbringing, if what they say is true. When R. Kelly's writing y'all hooks, writing y'all songs, and singing hooks for y'all enjoy it. But y'all let a documentary come out with no proof, a lot of innuendo. Now all of a sudden everybody up in arms about R. Kelly. 20-year delayed reaction is bunk. And you talk about, well, people gotta care about black women. Nobody care about black. Stop that. There are a lot of black men in the community who care about our sisters. But y'all they on that strong and independent thing. What are we supposed to do? What it is, a lot of these women who are down yelling, money dried up. And they saw how Gretchen Carls and some of these other white women are getting paid. And they figure if we can't get no money, R. Kelly can't make no money. But y'all hide behind this thing that black men don't care about black women. There are a lot of brothers who said 20-some years ago that this dude need to be dealt with. When they went to the trial, you had a bunch of black women out there cheering for R. Kelly, playing his music, dancing. When that episode of Boondocks ended, it wasn't exaggerating. Y'all can take it seriously as a cartoon, but Aaron McGrew was pointing out the hypocrisy of our community. Now y'all wait 10 years or so. Now all of a sudden y'all like, okay, let's go out here and talk about him, and he got to pay for this. Well, I say this to you, John. When are you going to criticize Harvey Weinstein and say that excuse he gave? That's bullshit. They already dealt with Harvey Weinstein. No. We want to hear what you got to say. We want to hear you publicly eviscerate him like you did R. Kelly. I don't care what the media I want to hear you talk about Harvey Weinstein the same way. Nah, you're afraid the white folk will say, yeah, man, we know what Harvey did, man, but you don't get to talk about him. Notice all the other white folks don't talk about Harvey Weinstein, all these other white guys the same way they talk about the black men have been accused within the last year or so. But you about to do a damn a concert or a reunion, or not a reunion show, a show honoring Elvis Presley. And I'm going to leave the link for y'all to read it. Elvis messed with little girls. But y'all think because Elvis been dead 40-some years that it's irrelevant. No, it is relevant. And the brothers and sisters that was bopping to R. Kelly music, going to the clubs and all that stuff, now out here trying to rewrite history. I had to check a former classmate of mine. I'm like, dude, you forget we went to school what the girls are doing. And the adults bear, and then somebody left a comment on earlier, why are you blaming the adults? If you let your son or daughter go off with a man or woman that you didn't know, famous or not, or they had a reputation, real or not, you as a parent supposed to say, nah, I'm going to go with my child and see what's going on. Or you know what, I'd rather my child not be around you. No, John is full of crap. And I told y'all that years ago when him and Common and Pharrell was on that, we knew black bull crap. Yo, Teddy looking ass. He like that. Look like Taj. When what was it, Taj Mowry when he was playing on Full House, like a grown up version of Teddy from Full House. Don't. I can't stand this Negro. You and Torre. Then Torre got on there, and Torre have thrown shade at black folk over the years. Y'all made y'all money off black folk. Y'all was all up in these Negro faces, dancing and clapping and laughing at their lame ass jokes. But now white America got an agenda. Now y'all want to like, well, ain't got nothing to do with them niggas. That ain't me, boss. You full of it, John. I'm gonna see let's see if he gonna pull out that Elvis Presley celebration. Let's see if he gonna pull out of it. I don't hear nothing about it was pre-taped. For years, people been talking about Elvis Presley as a culture vulture and a child molester. And I find it ironic how Priscilla Presley was passing judgment on Janet Jackson, but she was getting blanked by Elvis Presley in the late 50s, early 60s. Let's keep it real. For some reason, no, it was the early '60s. My mistake. I'm trying to get my time because it's been a while since I looked at my Elvis research. But let me say early '60s. I think Kenny was still in office when Elvis was in the military. But it had to be early '60s. Priscilla had the nerve to pass judgment on Michael Jackson. But she's still involved in Elvis Presley. Like, they've been divorced since the early '70s. So the Priscilla or the people that run his estate say, John, we want you to come sing one of Elvis Presley tunes. But for years, black folks have talked about Elvis. For years, we talked about all these other white men, and even before the whole Me Too movement started, we were saying how they could sit back and pass judgment and make movies and TV shows and align themselves to these different political parties at our expense. John, you 40 years old. You old enough to know better. You old enough to know better. I can see if it's somebody 21, 22 that don't know their history. But I want to see him come out and talk about Harvey Weinstein the way that he came out and been passionate about R. Kelly. R. Kelly's an easy target, he's low-hanging fruit. I'm not defending R. Kelly, and I told y'all in various videos I've never defended R. Kelly for what we know what he have done. But since December of 2013, they've been chopping at the baby going, and now they figure we got Bill Cosby. Now let's move on to R. Kelly. From September of 2017 until this point, every month there's been some story about a black man or two. Well known or not. Brothers go sit at Starbucks, they get accosted. Brothers barbecue in the park. A little boy got accosted, lied on by a white woman. We've heard cases where black women who have accused brothers of rape, brothers getting let out of jail, spent 10, 20, 30 years of their life in jail for crimes they didn't commit. As a black man, you would say, you know what? If these things are true that Robert Kelly has been involved in, then these women do need justice and he needs some help. But you're like, he's a rapist. He's this, he's that. I'm like, wow. You went on social media and you hunkered down. But to this day, you ain't went in on Harvey Weinstein or none of them other white dudes that because y'all say we gotta protect women, but black women especially. Like, you mean like black men in the community we just doing everything disrespectful to our females instead of having these females be responsible for their own choices and actions. John Legend is a hypocrite.